Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. And what is this video about? Well, I'm going to take a very simple idea that I've done in MIDI and I'm going to experiment and expand on it using all kinds of MIDI processes to make it more interesting. And then I'm going to record the output of what those things do to another track multiple times and then comp together the perfect take of all of those ideas using take lanes because, yes, take lanes work with MIDI as well, not just audio. I've always been a big fan of using experimental generative processes to do things, recording them and then picking out bits that I like and snipping them together into something that makes sense to me. And I've pretty much always done that with audio, but now I'm going to do it with MIDI and the results are just as good and in many ways better in some ways. So I'm going to do this all in the arrange page, which is quite unusual for me, but it really is the best place to do it. And in fact, it's the only place to do it if you want to do stuff with take lanes. So I've put together this little basic idea. Let's scan through what we've got. We've got like an 808 core kit. Just doing a simple driving groove. And then I've got this drum break over it to give it a little bit of an acoustic edge. It's a touch loud. I'm just going to turn that down a bit. And then I've got this bass line, which is interesting, but still a little bland. Let's listen to it using this drift preset called Vintage Chorus Bass, which I thought sounded quite nice. Actually, I just need to switch that to mono. That's very important. Right, let's listen to that again. I think maybe they're an octave too low. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Let's hear them all together. Okay, so that's melodically kind of interesting for a bass line. It goes somewhere, but I want to funk it up a bit and make it a little bit more, you know, whatever that was I just did, I don't know. So I'm going to make a new MIDI track and I'm going to call this MIDI track Bass MIDI Takes. And I'm going to route the output of this track with my bass on to this track. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to go to the input. I'm going to choose 3 vintage chorus bass. And I absolutely need to go post effects. That's quite important because we're going to capture the output of all the MIDI processes that we're going to chuck on this bass to experiment and see what it does. So let's do that. What should we start with? Let's start with the note echo. Let's put the note echo on here and see what that does. Whoa, it still keeps going when you hit stop. I'm going to put a velocity plugin before the bass because I've got my velocity plugin set that it will just randomize the velocity. And in most cases, that can do something quite interesting because often synths have got velocity doing stuff. So let's have a listen. Yeah. I guess it's doing the intensity of the filter envelope or something. Anyway. Let's try some different echo times. Okay. Oh, thank you. It's a MIDI echo. It keeps going when you hit stop. So I like that, but I want to screw around with that even more. I'm going to take the expression control, put that in after the note echo, and I'm going to assign the random to the echo time and put the maximum to something like 50%. I'm going to pull the feedback down and the delay down a little bit so that it doesn't keep echoing too much. Let's see what that does. That's interesting. Right, let's record that. Let's record the output of that to this new MIDI track and see what we get. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn loop off and turn this thing on, which means that when it gets to the end of the loop brace, it'll keep going, but stop recording. This is very good stuff. Let's hit go and see what happens. like it, I'm actually going to find out. I don't want that number 4. I've decided I just want it to go 1, 2, or 3. So I need to maybe find where the maximum value is. Let's try 40%. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's try that instead. Okay, try again. Take 2. That was all right. I'll leave that in there. So, okay, now I'm going to, well, actually what I'll do is keep all of those in a group for later, just in case. And then I will go to the chain, and then I will do some different processes on a different chain, but I'll mute that one. So let's maybe see what we can do with the arpeggiator. Let's pull the arpeggiator in. That's good. Let's bring that velocity in to give it a little bit of funk. Okay, that was good. I still want to do some more work. Just to show you something here. Obviously, when you do this, all of the kind of velocities get recorded over. So if it does something that you kind of quite like, but you weren't too sure about the feel of it, you can sort of tweak all this stuff afterwards and indeed tweak the chants. So that's kind of an advantage that you have over doing it with audio, is that you can still do some treatments afterwards while still using the instrument, but we'll get to that in a bit. So let's think about some more that we can do with this chain here. I'm going to get in the note length. Okay, I'm going to turn the legato on. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get an expression control. I'm going to put that after the arpeggiator, and I'm going to map the random to the note length, but not too much though. Let's set that to about 40%. And then that's just going to give a new MIDI note length on each new MIDI note generated by the arpeggiator. And then that will kind of interact with the legato here to create like slides, I suppose, or, you know, make the envelope re-trigger slightly less, just to give it a bit more feel. Okay, that sounds good. Let's just record it. So we are going to record it to the same track in the same place. And then what it'll do is it'll record it in a new take lane. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go show take lanes, and then we can actually see the other take lanes that we've done already, and we'll see the new one record as we go. Let's watch it do its thing. There it is. There it goes. So let's make some more. Let's go back to our synth track, and yeah, I'll keep that all in that chain. I'll make a new chain and try something else. So I might try the arpeggiator again, and I might try go for more 16th notes. I'm going to keep the steps and the distance at 0. Let's just see. Okay, more random velocity. And this time I'm going to maybe add some notes, add some more notes, because it's just the same notes each time. And we're kind of going up and down octaves or whatever, but I want to generate new notes. Ableton, give me some new notes. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to take random. I'm going to put random in here. And then I'm going to put in a scale afterwards. I need to be careful what scale I use. So the original idea I did in the regular minor, I think. So let's see if we put that afterwards. Let me just visually check that looks good to me. Okay, so I'm actually just going to make some quick changes here. This is something I always like to do. Don't ask me to explain why. It just makes more sense to my brain. Okay, so now as I increase the chance, so it would be nice to have it not do that all the time. So what could I do? I would maybe like to, I guess I could stick an LFO on that chance. So let's go and get, oh, the LFO won't work in the MIDI chain, or will it? Let's see if it works. Let's put the LFO in here. No, it won't. Only MIDI effects can be set in MIDI. Okay, so, and I've just gone and put it down there by mistake. Right, we're going to have to think of a different way. I don't want to use automation. I want to use a MIDI effect. Maybe we can use the MIDI shaper. Where is that? Shaper MIDI. So maybe I can draw in something. I can say this. Oh no, but that's going to need to go at the start. All right, let's map that to the chance. Okay, I'm going to need to think about this. This is, I'm literally riffing this one out. I didn't plan this one. I wonder why it's hanging on that first note a little. I'm just going to turn this stuff off. There's a slight lag there. Oh, I know why. Could it be because I've got legato on? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's pull back in the note length. Let's fix this. This is bugging me. Yeah, okay. Why that's happening. I'm in a weird problem. Okay, I'll just keep going with what I was doing. Don't worry about it. Right. So, all right. There's no time. There's just no time. There's no time. There's no time. There's just no time. There's just no time. Let's record a new take of that. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Go. Okay, so it sort of sounded like a different section of a song, but then now I'm kind of thinking, oh, well, that could just be a different section of a song. You see how these things happen? These things just come out of nowhere, and your brain kind of goes, oh, hang on, we could use that for that. Anyway, I'll keep that chain in there as well, although it didn't quite work as I'd expected, but that's part of the fun of this, isn't it? Let's try one more and then we'll start editing the thing. Let me see. Maybe I'll just do something a little bit more straight and simple, because the most recent take that you record always goes to the top. So you can see down here, this recent one we recorded is now at the top take. So let's end with something quite sort of straightforward, that just kind of... Yeah, that's good. Let's record that. Okay, go Ableton. Just do one more like that, maybe just without so many step jumps. Oh, that was the wrong one. Okay, let's put that back to 2, and it's this one actually. Okay. Record that as well. Okay, this is the last one, I promise, and then we'll start editing it. Okay, beautiful. Right, so I'm going to keep all of those processes there in a rack, but I'm going to turn that off. And now I'm actually going to just take a copy of this drift synth and move it to the track that's got all our takes on and pop that down there. And I'm going to mute the first one. So let's have a look at all our takes. So this first one, there's no point using that one because it's not even a whole take. So I'm just going to sort of color code these so that I can sort of see, make it clear that they're all different visually. And this one can be that one, and that one's fine. So this one is currently the one that's in the top. So if we were to play this now, we'll hear the most recent one we did. And then all I'm going to do is just kind of go through each one in solo. So if you click the little speaker, it'll highlight that lane and you can hear what's on that take lane. Okay. I think it's because I've got legato on. So probably where I've got legato on, some of these notes are maybe overlapping. So I might have to abandon that original idea. Let's turn legato off. I actually quite like that one. I might actually make that one the main one. So I'm going to hit that whole take there and just press enter. Now it's moved it to the top lane, and we can actually sort of see that visually up here. You can see that because that's green, it's gone to the main take. So let's, you know what? I don't know. Let's just explore. Let's see what we've got. Oh, glitch up. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of scan through and find some bits that I like. And if I hear something I like, I'm just going to select it, hit enter. It's going to ping it into the main take. Okay, maybe those bits as well. I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm just going to be quick. This is a concept. This is an idea. You take all the time that you need to make this work for you. Wow. What happened? What happened to my drift preset? It's got all wibbly wabbly woo. What did I do? What did I do? You know what? I might have to swap this out and just go with something. Might just have to make something myself. Because this is the thing with presets. I don't know always how they're set up or whatever. So I'm just going to make something myself quickly in Operator. Let's set the voices to mono. Let's turn the retrigger on. Let's come down. Okay, I can tell that the MIDI is all a little bit too high. That's fine. Let's just get a pitch thing and come down an octave. Okay, and then let's bring this one. All right, so I had to make a bit of an edit there whilst I went in and did a little sound design thing on Operator because I didn't want that in the video. And it sounds all right. It comes out like sort of woody, 80s FM woody bass sound. Okay, so let's just go through this take and find some bits we like. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of... Okay, that's fine. Let's go to the next one. Let's make this a little bit bigger so I can sort of see. Okay, let's go back to the start. Okay, so I might just take like the first bit of each bar. Or maybe the second. I don't know. I'm not going to think about it too much. And then let's do this last one here. See what this one's like. Guess we'll go back to the start. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna snip random bits, not even think about it. Could even go a little bit closer. This is just for demonstration purposes. If I was not doing a video, I'd be taking more time, being more meticulous. You can take all the time you want because you're not shooting a video. Yeah, I'm being a bit slapdash. All right, that'll do. So now that we've done that, let's look and listen to our main take that we've comped together using take lanes in MIDI. So you can see where all the takes are in. It might sound awful. Who knows? Let's see. Maybe I could let's put some chorus on that just to see what happens. Where's the old chorus? There it is. Yeah, that bass sound doesn't really quite have the punch that the drift preset did, but anyway, you know, I made it from scratch in a few minutes. Anyway, so that's basically it. Come up with like a really basic MIDI idea, run it through a load of processes, re-record the MIDI onto a new track, and do it multiple times with multiple processes. And then go into the take lanes and comp together something, and you've just got like something just a little bit more interesting. And of course, if you don't like what you've done, you can just start from scratch. It'll work with anything. You know, you can do it with chords, lead lines, drums, even drums as well. I would have liked to have explored this a hell of a lot more, but to cram this all into 25 minutes, it's quite challenging. So just go away and do it yourself. It's loads of fun. It's very satisfying. It's very rewarding, and it's quite quick as well. I mean, even though I sort of scratched the surface, we did quite a lot there in not much time. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go and put this set on my Patreon now, where if you'd like to support me there, you can download this set plus many other things to do with Ableton and other things, MaxMSP, and hang out with some nice people, join the Discord, chat, meet new people, make new connections, make new music with people and other stuff. Or don't do that. Don't do that. It's entirely up to you. But maybe give this a like and hit subscribe. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.